Hello, my name is Henning Kunz, and in this video I will show you the database perspective in our iDNA Foundation report. We will see 3 slides or 3 reports. The first one will start, we will see what the user base is doing in what type of application inside your system. The second will be, we will see the demand ranking of your applications, so you will see the top 20 applications of an environment with rankings in transitions, document reads, document writes, and so on. And the third one will show us the storage distribution of the database types. So which part of the storage is being used by applications versus mail files versus system databases and so on. Let's start with the first slide. It's called Impact by Database Type. What we see is our database categories, which we saw in earlier videos too. So we have the categories application, system database, mail-in database, user mail file, server mailbox, and directory, and their corresponding colors. And what we see in the columns is what is being done in these database categories. So if we take the first column, document reads, for example, we see that 35% of all document reads in the whole environment have been done within mail files, and 41% have been done in applications, 60% in system databases, and 6% in mail-in databases. So what does it mean? You see that the different database categories consume different resources from the backends. And what is a very interesting game in that play is if we fade out the system databases, the server mailboxes, and the directories, the remaining stuff is just applications and mail files. If we take mail-in databases to applications, we see that this environment, for example, is a heavily used application environment. So we have a lot of application access. You have to bear in mind that the number of applications is in most times lower than the number of mail files. So if we try to average over all those 5 columns, we see that the mail versus application usage in this environment is almost 1-to-1 or 50-50. This leads us to the next slide, which is the database impact ranking. In this slide, you see on the left-hand side the top 21 databases, and you see that we have a gold, silver, bronze ranking for the total ranking, and in each category, like how many sessions have been done on the database, how many users accessed the database, how much volume was transferred from the database to the client, from the client to the database, how many document reads and writes, and how many transactions. And we have a gold, silver, bronze ranking for each category, so that some databases show up on a lower range, have a bronze ranking in some specific stuff. Most of the time in a customer environment, the top 4, 5, 6 databases are well known, but we always have some surprises in the lower ranking, and you see why the ranking is, why the database is at a rank, and perhaps there's some misuse on the database, or perhaps it's just an underestimated application. This leads us to the storage profile of our databases. In this report, we show how the size distribution is in the different database categories. So you see this is red and green dominated. On the right-hand side are all the applications. On the left-hand side are more the mail files, and system databases, server mailboxes, and directories do not show up here. They are much more on the left side, and so few that they don't appear. What you see if you take a look at one column, let's take the 128 megabyte column, we see that about 13,000 mail databases are in this size range of 128 megabyte, and about 184 applications, and you see some system databases and some mail-in databases. So most mail files of that customer are in the size of 128 megabytes. And then you see on the right-hand side that the huge files are the applications. We find 16 databases up to about 600 gigabyte in total. So this is the size distribution, which is very common for environments. This is the database perspective in iDNA Foundation. You have more questions, we have more answers, but more answers in the next videos. Thank you.